Homage to the lineage gurus, to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming, to Master Sakya Zhengkong, the 16th Dharma King Karmapa, and Master Dukten Dorji. Homage to the main deity of Homa, the Vairocana, all-encompassing Vajra, the great Sun Buddha, Tathagata. And homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the Vairocana, all-encompassing Vajra, the great Sun Tathagata, and all of his assembly. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, all fellow disciples present here and over the webcast, and our guest of honors today, the Overseas Chinese Charitable Foundation President, and then the accountant to the Buddha Foundation and her husband, Teresa and Larry, and the producer to the CTI TV in Taiwan, Miss Rebecca Su, and Dr. Zhou, and Dr. Zhuang, and all of our distinguished guests. How do you do? Good afternoon. How do you do? These few days, I just we very naturally on the Dharma seat, like last evening when we had the Kuan Yin Bodhisattva group practice, and today is the Vairocana Homa. I have a small news, just unimportant news. Someone had asked a very powerful black magician from Mao San, someone who learned from the Mao To black magic, very powerful magician, black magic. And the person who requested to this black magician asked that Grandmaster Lu would be unable to come to give Buddha Dharma teaching. Let him be sick, laying on bed, and has no energy whatsoever, that he would be unable to walk. So he would give a certain amount of money if this magician would be able to do it, would be capable of doing it. So yesterday morning when I woke up, my legs, first my left leg, there was an arrow shooting on it. So I was limping when I got off bed, and I ignored it. Simu saw me limping, yes. And then when I picked something up, it would fall to the ground. So after breakfast, when I got up, my feet hit the leg of the table, and it was very painful. And I thought, what a day, what a morning. So as if my leg was injured, I was limping. And then this morning, it was my right leg. Yesterday morning was my left leg. So both legs were limping. And after a few hours, after I did my practice, both legs were fine again. And then there was an arrow shot to my brow point on my head. So last night when I got home, oh no, I have to lay on bed right away to get to sleep. I felt very sleepy. And then in the morning, I still felt very sleepy. And then there was an arrow shot on my leg and then also on my head. And then when I got here, when I drove to here, I still could drive. And when it got here, when I got off the car, oh, I really want to sleep. Please raise your hand when you heard that. I said, oh no, I feel very sleepy. And then during lunch, someone had interviews with me. And I answered the questions. And then I walked up the stairs. And then immediately I went to take a nap. Until it was 2:30, I would wake up by myself, and I still felt sleepy until I walked here to the Soma Hall. My eyes were drooping. I felt as if very drowsy, as if I'm falling asleep. I felt very drowsy. So this black magic magician had really great power. And there were 2 arrows on my legs, and then my head also 2 arrows. And most people would definitely be down. It would be totally drowsy. They wouldn't be able to do anything, wouldn't be able to get here to the Dharma throne and give Dharma teaching. But I'm still able because I do my tantric practice. That's just a small case. And thank you for the black magician for his blessing. Although I feel very tired here on my neck, as if I twist my neck on the pillows. You know, there's like a sprint on the neck, but now I'm okay. So something also wrong on my neck, and my head was drowsy. So I like to thank the blessing of the black magician, so that I know what a curse or black spell is about. And I heard that that black magician of that country is the most famous in that country. So today, the fact that I'm able to give Dharma teaching here is by the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. to the Vairocana Buddha, to the the all-encompassing Vajra and the great Sun Buddha. Please give your blessings so that all the black crosses be dispelled. It turned out that black spell do really exist. So today we had Vairocana Homa. So the main deity is Vairocana, or also called the Great Sun Buddha, or the all-encompassing radiant Vajra, which means that his radiance would reach anywhere. So that's why he's called the all-encompassing radiant Vajra. So Vairocana Buddha, or the Great Sun Buddha, is like the sun. It shines on anywhere that it's all presence, all encompassing radiance. And Vairocana Buddha has a complete or perfect wisdom. He's the Buddha of the 13th ground, and 11th ground is already a Buddha. That Kuan Yin Bodhisattva was the Zheng Fa Ming Tathagata, and that was the Buddha of the 11th ground. That's why the 1,000-eye, 1,000-arm Kuan Yin has 11 heads, which represent the 11th ground. Zheng Fa Ming Tathagata, Dharma Light Tathagata. So Vairocana Buddha is the master of the Dharma Dhatu and Vajra Dhatu. And he is wearing a white 5 Buddha crown, and he's wearing the white colored celestial garment, very beautiful and majestic. This Tathagata formed this mudra. Is the Dharma teaching mudra, the inner Dharma teaching mudra, and the outer Dharma teaching mudra. And also the finger. This is also called the 5 wisdom, which means he embodies the 5 wisdom, or the perfect wisdom. The mantras. Om Pecha Dhatu Fan belongs to the Vajra Dhatu. Everyone recited. Sometimes it's recited as that, then that would be accurate. And the last part represents the 5 elements, and the first part is for the all-present radiant Vajra Vairocana, the great Sun Tathagata. Om Pecha Dhatu Fan. Fan is the radiance that's all present. So the master of both Dharma Dhatu and Vajra Dhatu. So all the Dharma comes from Vairocana. In Tantrayana, In Nyingmapa, there is the Atharma Buddha or Samantabhadra. In my book, I also said that he's Samantabhadra. It's the same as Atharma Buddha.
也是普贤的意思了，佛仙如来。
佛仙 or 普贤 in Chinese.
就普贤王如来，普贤王如来跟普贤菩萨是不同的。
So Samantabhadra Tathagata is different from Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. They are different. And this Tathagata is the Buddha of the 16th ground. That's from the Nyingmapa. It's also called the primordial Buddha, and he is purple. And the white one is the Buddha of the 13th ground. That's the great sun Buddha, Vairocana, the all-encompassing radiance Vajra. Typically, all the Dharma flow comes from the Buddhas of the 13th ground, and today we made offering to Vairocana. We made offering and prayed to him so that he bestow the perfect wisdom and also would fulfill all of our needs, and then would guide the brother spirits to be reborn in the Pure Land and cure our sicknesses and to increase our wisdom. And we pray to the all-encompassing radiant Vajra, Vairocana, the great Son Tathagata, to bless all of my disciples so that we gain great health, that all of our wishes are fulfilled, and all ill fortunes are diverted, and that we are always committed in our spiritual cultivation forever. And this deity, Vairocana Buddha, do we have a practice procedure? Not yet. And there is a mantra. So with this mantra and the mudra, this mudra or the Dharma teaching mudra, this is Dharma teaching mudra, is it? Maitreya Bodhisattva also formed this mudra. This is the turning the Dharma wheel, the mudra of turning the Dharma wheel. The inner turning and the outer turning of the Dharma wheel. So with the mantra, a mudra, and a look or an image, very beautiful. The great Son Tathagata, very majestic. So the long garment in white, that's the look of the Sambhogakaya or the reward body, and the Dharmakaya Buddhas has no form. So this would be a chanting Dharma practice procedure. So with visualization, mantra chanting, mudra, and entering into samadhi, this would comprise a chanting Dharma practice. And then you can do the practice and gain spiritual practice with Vairocana. Kobodaishi of Japan, his yidam is Vairocana Buddha. In the Tantric Buddhism in China, when it was transmitted to Hui Guo, the old monk, the Vajra wisdom, San Wu, and the Amoga, when at the beginning of the Tang Dynasty, these 3 gurus went to China, the Vajra Wisdom and San Wei and then the Amoga. The 3 tantric masters went to China to transmit the tantric Buddhism. So we call it Chinese Tantrayana, and when it was transmitted to Tibet, it's called the Tibetan Tantrayana. And then finally, it was transmitted to Kobodaishi, so which is a student that came from overseas. He went to Xi'an at the Green Dragon Temple. Kobodaishi met the Huiguo old monk. The old monk was about to pass away, and he was just waiting for you to come. And after I teach you the Dharma, I would enter into Nirvana. So Huiguo, the old monk, asked him to throw the flower to the Dharmadhatu and Vajradhatu, and the flower was reached to the Vairocana. So that's why his Yidam, or the main deity, is Vairocana. So Kobodaishi in Japan became the Japanese Tantrayana, which is Shingon, also the Shingon sect. And then there was the Thai. It's the Tiantai sect. That's called the Taiwanese Tantrayana. So from Huiguo, the old monk, to Kobodaishi and then back to Japan, it's called Japanese Tantrayana. In Tibet, it's Tibetan Tantrayana, and Chinese Tantrayana. So the one in Chinese that's transmitted by the 3 gurus of Vajra Wisdom, Amoga, and so Tantrayana are also classified into several different kinds based on location and the transmission. So Kobodaishi went to Xi'an, to the Qinglong Temple, the Green Dragon Temple, and Grandmaster too had visited the temple. In 1996, I went to Xi'an, the Green Dragon Temple. There was a tower of Wang Hai Tower, which is looking out the ocean. So Huiguo, the old monk, after his disciple Kobodaishi returned to Japan, he missed him, because it is very hard to find a good disciple, because having a good disciple, the guru would think of him, but for a bad disciple, the guru would not think of him. So that's why the old monk Huiguo built the tower that looked out to the ocean. So he would climb to the top of the tower and look toward Japan, just longing for his own disciple. So this tower is called the looking out the ocean. So if the disciples are longing for the guru too would be thinking of the disciples. There are very few good disciples. So by having one good disciple, Kobodaishi, Tantrayana flourished in Japan. We went to Shikoku. Kobodaishi built 88 spiritual centers, which are 88 temples by Kobodaishi, Kukai. In Shikoku alone, there are 88 spiritual centers, and there are more elsewhere. So the Tantric Buddhism got to Japan because of Kobodaishi Kukai, and his Yidam is Vairocana. and the majestic power of Vairocana is boundless. And today we made offering to Vairocana Buddha. And we pray that he radiate his radiance, his light upon each of us, so that we are purified, that we eradicate all the karma, that we have a perfect wisdom and complete blessings, that everything is perfect. He also descended upon my body earlier. And now we will continue on Hevajra. On chapter 28, the detailed explanations of the purity of the four blisses. Innate bliss, which is the merging of bliss and emptiness, nothing intrinsically arises, and this is the perfect mirror-like wisdom. And this wisdom is almost enlightenment. It's about the same as enlightenment. Nothing arises when the light drop descends to the secret chakra and not emitted. And there is the lasting bliss, and at the same time the empty nature also appears, and then the union of bliss and emptiness. In this realm is that the bliss and the emptiness disappeared, and nothing doesn't arise. The houses, the cars, even your beings disappear. They all become just lights. Everything. Fa in here doesn't refer to Dharma. It means everything. Everything tangible is also called Fa. They all disappear. When the four blisses reach the state of innate bliss, this phenomena is incredible. You would have attained the perfect mirror-like wisdom, that nothing arises. This is close to enlightenment. Someone sick and just had a surgery, and the patient said, after the surgery, I felt that as if I have two hearts beating. And the nurse, after hearing that, oh, no wonder, the doctor said he lost his watch. This realm is the merging of the bliss and emptiness. The Dharma bliss and emptiness merge to become that both disappear. So when the heart and the watch beats, they're together. So when the bliss and emptiness merge, they disappear, including your own body. And all, it just shows the radiance, light. Everyone cursed on the consort practice. Well, of course, you should curse on it. Because this consort practice is such a dirty practice. It's a scoundrel. This kind of practice, you still talk about it? What a cross. What a obscene and vulgar dog poo. But they did not, little did they know that when the bliss descend until you reach the innate bliss, all the bodies disappeared. The bodies became light. So, in the future, when you have the attainment, the two bodies would disappear and become rainbow light and ascend. That's the highest realm, the rainbow light accomplishment. So Grandmaster Lu said that the consort practice can become the rainbow light accomplishment. That's Tantrayana, because nothing arises, that bliss and emptiness merge and nothing arises, nothing is generated, so there's only light. Do you know that Machilabdron, she's a female yogini, she lifts one leg and one hand holding the drum, beating the drum, and the left hand. I know Machilabdron, her right hand is holding a drum, and this left hand I forgot. And one leg on the ground and the other leg lifted, bent. So Machilabdron is from the Jie sect. So the founder of the sect, Jie sect, is Machilabdron, and a female yogini. And at that time there was an adept, a high adept from India, came to visit Machilabdron, someone with high attainment, and he lived at the donor's house. All I know is his name is Pak, Indian yogi. And then with Machilabdron, they live on the same bed in the same room in a donor's house. And the donor felt that I made offering and let Machilabdron stay in a room in my house, and then she did something really bad, really terrible, that made me really mad. So he snooped on the Indian yogi and Machilabdron. So he peeked on them, on the curtain, lift up the curtain, and oh, this is something that cannot be told. But no, it's not that. That on the bed is just rays of light, rays of rainbow light. So for the high adept yogi, when they do the consort practice, there's only light, because there are two high adepts together. They're just great radiance, couldn't see anything else. So he felt very painful and did realize his wrongdoing toward Machilabdron. So he realized that the two of them were high adepts, because you have not reached such a realm, so you thought it's just a way to bear children. But actually they would bear lots of sariras, and not only that, they would generate radiance or light. So you use the childbearing to insult this consort practice, that this is so yuck, so dirty, like dog poo. But it's impossible for you to comprehend the realm of the merging of bliss and emptiness. That would be radiance like the rainbow light. In the past, I look at myself and I couldn't see. It's just a rays of white radiant light. It's like that. So innate bliss, the merging of bliss and emptiness, that's the perfect mirror-like wisdom. That's complete perfection. And one also realizes that reincarnation and nirvana are equal, and this is the wisdom of equality. So at that time you would know what is reincarnation. Reincarnation is existence, and nirvana is emptiness. So that reincarnation and nirvana are equal, so existence and emptiness are equal. So this is the wisdom of equality. So you would attain the wisdom of equality. At this time you would know there are none the so-called good person or bad person, and there's equality between the good person and bad person. Right and wrongs are equal, black and white are equal. Shiny days and cloudy days are equal, day and night are equal. So this kind of wisdom is called the wisdom of equal nature. So this is called the incarnation do exist. Nirvana is emptiness, but existence and emptiness are equal, and they are merging together. So this is the wisdom of equal nature. This is very profound and deep. There's this joke. And the husband asked the wife, how come there are lots of girls want to be unmarried mothers, single mothers? Well, because they want to continue the generations. Well, why don't they want to get married? Because if they get married, they would help to continue the generations for other people. But if they are not married, then they continue generations for themselves. So the consort practice is not a practice to bear children. Some people may misunderstand it to be so. So Taiwanese motels are different from the American motels. So in America, it's just a place where you can park your car and then get into the room and sleep and continue your travel the next day. That's in America, but in Taiwan it's different. If I take a picture, if I have a picture taken in front of a motel, it would be in the news. Why? Because motel, it's a place for that, for the XX, place to bear children. No, you can't bear children. These days, the science is very advanced. You just rub certain ointment and you will not bear children, or you buy, in Japanese, it's called, you go to the drugstore and buy the condom. the anti-pregnancy things. But Taiwanese motel, once there were a group of monks and nuns went to motel, and they didn't know, but because they have that thing at the headrest. So Taiwanese motels are different from the American motels. In Taiwan, there's always a man and a woman driving to motels. And there are more and more motels in Taiwan. So does it mean that more and more people performing the consort practice? No. Those are not consort practice. It's just for the joy for a moment, the very short-lived joy. It's not called the consort practice. Consort practice is very special and different because at the end you would radiate light. There are so many motels in Taiwan. If you drive with a girl there and your picture was taken by the paparazzis, then you would be dead. It would be posted on the newspapers, media, everywhere, and it would be hard for you to explain. If you're government officials or a famous person, and then if you go to a motel and found out, then you would definitely came down. But in America, it's perfectly normal to stay in motels. So reincarnation and nirvana are equal, and this is the wisdom of equal nature. So reincarnation is existence and nirvana is emptiness, and these two are equal. So which means reincarnation is the same as nirvana, and nirvana is the same as reincarnation. When you reach this realm, it's a very high realm. So consort practice is not to be done by most people, by mundane people. But for the mundane people, it's just a way, a practice to have bliss for a very short moment. Because these people curse on the consort practice because all they know is to have that short-lived bliss. So that's why they curse on it. They don't know about the great radiance consort practice. So those who don't know, they would criticize on it. Very, very few and far in between that can reach such a realm. Almost none. This joke, the teacher asked the kindergarten kid, "Why is your hair curly?" And then the kid found out that all the other kids are straight and only he has curly hair. Why? So he got smart and then said, "Teacher, because when I was in my mom's womb, she drank hot water, and then that's why my hair became curly." In the Western countries, there are a lot of people who have natural curls. For Asians, Orientals, they're rare, but they're more for Westerners. So when they're born, they already have curly hair. So there are some things that's different. Some people have curly hair, some straight hair, different colors, all different colors. And one also realizes that the mundane light drops, bodhicitta, and parikalpita sabhava are not losing. This is the wisdom of amazing observation. So the mundane light drops, that's the Han character. And the parikalpita sabhava, which is the nature that maintains the discrimination, the discernment. This is also a kind of knowledge or logic. This discernment, it's lots of discernment, and your attachment are not gone. So this is the wisdom of amazing observation. You would have meticulous observation. You will not be misguided. So you would attain this wisdom of amazing observation. You are very wise. You can discern. You can apply logics. The logic science, which is one of the 5 sciences, logic, this is the wisdom of amazing observation. And the wisdom of amazing observation is like this. Doorman. So the doorman of complex, there are 2 doormen in the afternoon. And Zhang said, please wait, I want to go to the bathroom. Because, Zhang had the board of director meetings, luncheon, and said, oh, wait, I have to go to the bathroom. This is a play of Chinese word. But okay, why don't you go? After you go, we go eat. So this is a joke, but if you have wisdom, then you would understand. So it wouldn't be a joke if you say it clearly, but if you don't, so as if that the other person is going to eat his poo, it's just a joke. So the wise person, when you listen to things, you have to listen to both sides. Then that would be called equality, that equal news, that you cannot be one-sided. You observe on this side and that side, and then which one is right. So as an audience, as a reader, you need to make your own judgment. You cannot just listen to one side. Then you would be dead. Then sometimes you would be so far from the truth. There was a girl that went to the police station and she said, I was raped. And the policeman said, okay, so we make a report and we have to catch the rapist. Where were you raped? And she said, oh, at the prostitution hall. Then what are you? What are you? I'm a prostitute. Then why did you file this as a rape? Because he didn't pay. So the crime is different. So the crime would be heavier if the rape was done to the non-prostitute or to the below age girl. Then the crime would be even more severe. But this woman is a prostitute. It's just that the man didn't pay. So maybe he just didn't pay enough. So the crime would be different, of different weighting. So that's why you have to listen to both sides. Is it really a rape? Is it a sexual assault? So you have to listen to both sides, and then we have a judge to make the right judgment. This is very important. So this is the wisdom of amazing observation. And with the neutral reporting is also this way. So you have to judge which side is right and which side is wrong. So as a judge, you have to have this wisdom of amazing observation. A man that's very short and skinny, and then the woman is very big and strong, like the weightlifter. And then the woman filed a suit against the man that he raped her. And the judge said, but he's so skinny and weak. And the woman is very strong, like a King Kong. How could the man rape the woman? So just close all the doors and why don't you show to the judge how the man raped the woman? So when the woman closed both legs, the man cannot open it and open them. And then when she kicked on him, he would flew out the window. And the man carries no weapon. So with the wisdom of amazing observation, he would know that that is a lie. That would be possible. So of course what I said may not be appropriate. There may be some threat or anything. But in any case, you have to use your wisdom of amazing observation to judge whether it is a true assault or rape or whatever. And you use your body to prove the Buddha nature or the true suchness. And this is the wisdom of all accomplishment, that you have attained this perfect wisdom. And when you are free from all indiscrimination, perfection, this is the wisdom of the all-encompassing nature of Dharma realm. It's perfect, it's complete, and there is no shortcomings about it at all. So the wisdom of amazing observation, there's this joke. The doctor said, go to that patient that's leaving the hospital, just give him a shot of a tranquilizer. And the nurse asked why. Isn't he allowed to leave the hospital, there's no need for tranquilizer. He's cured, right? But the doctor said, no, you still have to give the shot, because for paying the bills, he may be shocked to see the bill. So this is the wisdom of amazing observation of the doctor. Sometimes the observation can be wrong because we're scared of injections. When we are in front of the nurse before the injection, he would ask the nurse, how many years have you been giving the injections? 20 years. Okay, so he felt better. Of course, then it would be painful. But when the needle got in, it was very painful. How come? It's so painful. Oh, I haven't finished my sentence. 20 years, but it's always painful. So you have to listen to the whole statement. She said, I've been a nurse for 20 years, and giving injection is always painful. So you only listen to the first part and you jump to your own conclusion. I had this experience every time I went to the Overlake Hospital for the blood test. When I saw a Caucasian nurse, I would be scared because there are also many Oriental nurses. So they have both Caucasian and Oriental nurses to draw the blood. The Western nurse, it's very interesting. My blood vessels are very fine. You cannot see the vein. My skin is very pale. Very fine. So this is problematic for me. Some people, you could see the green veins, but I cannot see mine. It's pale and white and fair and smooth. You can't see any blood vessels. So she asked me to hold my face tight and then tied me. And I still couldn't see the vein, so she just pushed in the needle all she liked, and still, several holes there, still couldn't hit the blood vessel. Very painful. So finally, an Oriental nurse came and said, "Okay, let me try." And she looked at the other side with the needle, and she got the vessel. She got the blood. So she had this wisdom of amazing observation. She didn't even look at you, and she just rubbed the alcohol and tied the rubber and hold it tight, and she didn't even look at your arm. So the Oriental nurse was very incredible. So I like the Oriental nurses. Doesn't matter how I don't know how they played. You know, maybe with the rubber band or throwing the darts. You look here, and then with one dart, it would hit the target. The same thing with the injection. It's like she's playing something. And then it hit your butt. And it's painless. So when I see the Caucasian nurse, I would be scared. But the Oriental nurse is not that. So they have the wisdom of amazing observation. They know about where the vessel is, the beginning and the end. And then it hit the target. So that's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.